Reykjavik. It's sunshine and it's lovely.
Ah, glad to hear that.
Are you both in Mexico? No, where are you?
Uh, JP, please.
I'm from Argentina.
From
And yes,
Argentina. Okay.
I actually saw you live when you came here to Buenos Aires.
Okay. Why did I must have read wrong. I thought you were from Mexico City.
yeah, I'm from Mexico City, and
You're from Mexico
JP.
City.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Okay. I get it.
The blog is Mexican based, and I'm from Argentina. I'm
Okay,
contributing
cool.
from the south of the continent.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah. It is like for the Latin American audiences, you know.
Yeah. Great. I mean, we've only done one tour, Latin American tour. So
Well, that's great. Then, well, Addi, first of all, we would like to thank you so much for taking the time to do this interview. It's a pleasure for us. And
the pleasure is mine.
thank you so much. And well, just to start off, I guess we could begin talking about how is the band coping with the lockdown? Are you guys doing anything else besides these interviews right now, or are you just waiting for the album to come out?
Well, we were gonna record this album in December last year, but we didn't record it until like February this year. So in February we started recording this album. So and this COVID shit sort of was about to start then. So it came to Iceland a little bit later. So in February and March, we were recording this album and working on the album. In April, I had a child, so I was very busy with this, with all of that. You know, having a child. And then in May, we were still working on the album. Everything slowed down. I mean, the label said, "No worries, everything is slowed down." So we were still doing some mixing in May. So, and then came June. June was pretty much COVID-free in Iceland. Same with July, but you know, we all have jobs, so we've just been doing normal jobs. Our drummer Hallgrimur, he had another kid in July.
Okay.
So
congratulations.
So we've made one album and two children in the last 6 months.
Okay, that's well, congratulations for those
Thank you.
children.
Thank you.
It seems that you kept busy.
Yeah, we like being busy. I mean, I'm doing 4 or 5 interviews today now.
Okay.
Just took a little bit time of work. I'll be back at work beginning of September. The other guys are just doing their jobs and raising kids, and you know, so yeah. Then with no touring, so we're just busy at work, doing stuff.
Okay, that sounds great.
Yeah, it's good timing. Good timing for us to have all these kids.
We can see. And well, talking about this lockdown, we would like to know about the creative if the creative process of the album was affected by it, and how have you been adapting to the special circumstances?
Well, it didn't affect the creative because we wrote this album last year. We wrote the album sort of just, you know, slowly throughout the year between tours and festivals. We were just at the rehearsal space writing. So we were almost done with the writing in January. So from January to January, we were writing the album. There was no lockdown then. So the lockdown, it didn't really, hurt us that much because we were still just in the studio working, 2 guys, me and the producer or whatever, in the studio. So there was no lockdown. There was never lockdown here. You couldn't go outside. Sure, the gym and the swimming pools closed. But you could always go to the grocery store. You can always go to the rehearsal place. There was no lockdown.
Okay, I see.
So, and everybody was just very careful, and you would go to the supermarket with fucking latex gloves and masks and shit. And no hugging and no partying or no bars.
Yes, of course, as it should be.
Yeah.
Well, moving on, and talking about the album specifically, what does Endless Twilight of Codependent Love mean for Sólstafir's evolution as a band?
For the evolution, it's there's, by some accident, there's a lot of sort of classic Sólstafir stuff on this album. I don't know if it's just because we were having fun writing some of the songs, even though I don't like writing songs. I think it's fucking boring. It's just 1,000 ideas just to get 5 ideas that are good or work. It's just so many ideas working on, and you have to get 1,000 bad ideas to get 10 good ones. So, but there's a lot of stuff. Sort of, there's some stuff that that I can relate to. Masterpiece of Bitterness. There's a song I could relate to. Our very old school stuff. There's all the old stuff that's really weird. We like doing weird stuff. It's a perfectly natural album for us. I always say the same. People say, how is this album different than any other ones? It's not. It's just very much the next page in our chapter. This is just, same studio, same guys as the last album, written at the same place, written over the period of 12 months. But some people are probably going to say, it's just a very different album. But I don't think it's different. It's just the next songs we wrote. We didn't sit down and say, we're going to do this and this. We never think that. It's just whatever happens, whatever comes out. If it's cool, we use it. We don't overthink it.
It's basically a Sólstafir album.
Yes, thank you.
Just that. Well, as some of your recent material is inspired by personal experiences, including depression and several mental disorders, does this album follow the same vein?
Sure. I mean, some of it is about the battle against depression, but don't get me wrong, it's not like we're all depressed in the band.
No.
We are rather jolly fellows. We have, though, in the past dealt with all sorts of stuff. I mean, addiction, alcoholism, depression, anxiety. Sure, we've all dealt with that. Most of us are dealing pretty well with it today, but we can always relate to these topics, and we can always look in the review mirror to see how it was and how close it is to you if you don't do certain things. And we have other friends and loved ones who are still really suffering from stuff like this. I think I lost three friends of mine in the last 12 months from suicides. So it's very close always, sort of when the darkness is taking over in people's life. Why is a 25-year-old friend of mine who has 3 kids, why is he hanging himself in his garage? Sort of, what fucking insanity is that?
Yeah.
It's, I was in his funeral. It was a fucking weird darkness experience.
Those are always relatable subjects.
Yeah, I mean, this is a taboo. Why? What makes a 25-year-old man who has a few kids and a wife doing well in life, kill himself. It's a topic you can ask yourself and write about.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's rough.
Yeah.
Very rough. Well, we give you our condolences for your
No,
loss.
it's been almost a year now, buddy. Thank you, but yeah, thank you.
Well, talking about these bleaker tones and some kind of darkness, uh, uh, we were aware that you changed your artwork for this time. So, which is the main reason that led you to choose the Lady on the of the Mountain for this album artwork?
What do you mean if we changed it? You mean you're asking about the cover?
Yeah, the cover for the album.
I mean, when we saw this, I mean, this painting was in a museum for 150 years. So no one had seen it. This was in a museum in Wales. So it wasn't until like last year that some guys from Iceland went to Wales and they sort of found the original painting.
Okay.
People had only seen a black and white drawing of the painting, which people had seen, but no one had seen the original of the colors. So they posted it in the newspaper, like, we found the original drawing of the Lady of the Mountain.
Okay.
And I was like, fucking hell, this is the most beautiful thing I've seen. And the guys were, exactly had the exactly the same answer. So we just knew we had to use this as an album cover. This is made for an album cover.
It's made like for the Sólstafir sound, right?
Yeah, it's very much Icelandic, and I don't like going too much nationalistic crap, but this is just so beautiful. It's the colors, and it's such a beauty.
Yeah, indeed, it's beautiful.
Yeah.
Well, moving on to the music, how would you describe the sound of the new album? As you previously said, it's a Sólstafir album, but a little more in detail, perhaps?
I'm always trying to mix sort of guitar sound so I can be able to play a Neil Young riff and Slayer riff. So it's a lot of that on the album, some sort of heavy guitar stuff, and I'm always trying to sort of getting the guitar tone a little bit better and better. This is only the second album we've used sort of orange amplifiers. We always used to use Marshalls.
Okay.
I can't really describe it. It's just, for me, it's just a standard Sólstafir album. It's heavy stuff, it's soft stuff. There's one song that I don't even play guitar in, and so it's yeah.
It's
really
just a weird mix of all of Sólstafir's influences.
Yeah, I mean, obviously there's a fast song there with screamy vocals. It's been many years since we did a fast song like that, but we've done it in the past, and I don't like being stuck in the past, but it's been so long now. It's exciting again to do this. It's very exciting to play a fast song with screamy vocals. It's been a while, and also because we toured last year. We did an anniversary tour for the Cold album, and it was just so much fun playing the whole Cold album, playing Pale Rider every night, and so I thought, maybe it would be nice doing a new song with sort of fast drumming and screamy vocals, and it's more like it's not like we stopped being metalheads. It's just we just wanted to write something fresh and new. So yeah.
Okay, that sounds pretty good for the evolution for the band. And speaking about that, and the way you said that everything, it's like every single album, it's like a Sólstafir album. Or I would like to know if there. I'm sorry. Is any of the songs connected to previous album or songs in a musical or thematical way?
You mean if the songs on the new album are connected to older songs?
Yeah, maybe one of the previous album, or maybe to the complete album. You know.
No, not really.
Hmm.
There's one title on the new album that is an old title. On the old album, there's a
Okay.
song called Miðaftan. And Miðaftan it's the piano song with no drums in it.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Miðaftan was supposed to be called Alda Syndana.
Oh.
But we had this theme, so we changed all the song names to the theme, to the Ótta theme. So that's an old song title, and I even say it in the song Alda Syndana. It's like the wave of the sins. So there's one song on the new album that's called Alda Syndana, and that's probably the only connection
All right.
that is to older songs.
Well, that was actually one of our favorite songs, so it's
Oh,
good to
really?
know.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's funny.
Well, but
So
following this,
what are your favorite songs of the album?
well, JP, would you like to answer?
Maybe Acry. I'm sorry, I don't know how to pronounce
It's perfect.
Icelandic. I'll try to to make myself clear. Acry, I love it very much. Her Fall from Grace.
Yeah.
Or Dionysus.
You don't think is a weird song?
Definitely yes. But
Yeah.
I loved it. Yeah, it's that one is my personal favorite. Yeah,
Really?
yeah. I mean, I was
That is
like,
so funny.
yeah, I was like listening to the album, and every single one was catching me, you know. But that when I arrived to Or, it was like, oh my god, what's this, you know? But in a very good way. I mean, the first of the song sounds very good, and how it is like evolutioning during the time. It is fantastic for me.
Okay, that's very nice to hear. Okay, good choice, guys. Very good choice.
Okay, thank you.
And well, now that we are talking about songs, specific songs, which one would you consider was the toughest song to record? Or do you have
Ooh.
any
I'm gonna
ideas
open
about
up. I'm gonna open up something here so I can look at the titles.
that?
Okay,
Okay.
Acry. I'm looking at the titles now. Acry was fairly easy because we sort of had demoed it quite well. Trísill, that was sort of the doom metal song. We had demoed that quite well. There was not a problem. Rökkur was very difficult.
Okay.
It's very much weird timings, and it's it's 3 parts, so we mixed the parts. It was kind of difficult. Her Fall from Grace came very fast. It was fastly written, so it was no problem recording.
Okay.
Dionysus is we wrote that very fast, like 6 months ago. So So we just wrote it. We sort of kept it on the computer. We knew it was a good song. We didn't really listen too much to it. We just said, yeah, we'll record this again in the studio. I was really pleased with that. Til Moldar was a bit difficult.
Okay.
Til Moldar was very difficult to do. Alta Sindana was very easy. We demoed that quite well. The thing is, was not supposed to be on the album.
Okay. Oh, really?
Was supposed to be, the demo of it. When we only had the demo, was supposed to be a bonus, an outtake song. But when we recorded it and sort of it came to proper birth. So, we put the piano in the beginning, we put the final vocals, the guitar solos, and all that was, put in the song. It became something very special.
Yeah.
So we took Hrollkalda Þoka Einmanaleika as the bonus song. We took that one out of the album and put instead.
Okay.
So just made it to the album last minute, really last minute. And Ulfur was a bit problematic as well. So there we have it.
I see. Well, we think that now I can pronounce it right. We think that was included in the album.
Yeah, me too. It's very last minute stuff. Very last minute.
So JP, would you like to continue?
Yeah. What was the first song recorded for the album? I didn't catch if you said that.
I don't remember that recorded. Well, because we of course recorded the drums first in the studio. I don't remember what song we did first.
Or the first one you demoed, perhaps?
First one we demoed was probably Drísill. Yeah, probably the songs you hear here. It's Drísill or Acry.
Okay.
Beginning, the beginning of the album, the Acry beginning.
Yeah.
That's one of the oldest things.
Okay.
So yeah, one of the oldest things is the beginning of Acry and sort of the main song of Drísill. Her Fall from Grace came late. Dionysus was written very fast a long time ago. So and was both the last songs. Yeah.
Okay.
Do you think those first demos set the course for the rest of the songs to come?
I don't know, because there's no two songs here that are pretty close, right? They're all pretty different.
Yeah.
So no, I don't think so. I mean, normally we have different songs. Sometimes two songs are similar. But I don't think there's any songs here that are similar. They're pretty much like schizophrenics.
Yeah.
Well, and now that we were talking about Acry, we would like to know, why did you choose it as the first single? I mean, what's the special thing, with Acry?
Well, we spoke about this because the label asked us, hey, what do you want to put out first? And we were like, let's do Drísill or Dionysus. And the label were like, what? Are you fucking insane? So why not? You're not gonna put on Dionysus first. We were like, why not?
Okay.
Normally we don't listen to, management or label. This time around, we were like, oh, we don't care really. We had decided we decided a long time ago that Acry would be the first song on the album, because the opening of the Acry was a good opener for the album. So then we sort of started talking with management and the record company, and they were all sort of, Acry should be first, and we just didn't care really. But if we're gonna fight about what song it's, I always look at that. This is an album, if you're gonna, I look at it as an album. Some song, maybe what we think isn't always the smartest thing when it comes to business stuff or record label stuff or promoting stuff. I guess Acry was fine. It's very much of a classic Sólstafir song, if I can say that.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I mean, Dionysus is not really a very classic Sólstafir song.
Not really.
No, so like I say, often what we think isn't really the smartest promotion thing. So we just didn't care. Sometimes you just can't be bothered taking a small fight over things that I don't think that matters.
And
well, yeah, I was going to ask the next question. Yeah. Well, I noticed that Her Fall from Grace is the sole song written in English. When it comes to writing a song in English, does it turn out to be as natural as writing in Icelandic, or is there a reason for choosing that language?
This was almost like an accident, like everything. I mean, obviously, we haven't had a song in English since Cult came out, and that's like 11 years ago.
Yeah.
Usually, when I'm writing the vocal lines, I sort of, make up just any words. I mix English, Icelandic, just some bullshit, just some voice, some sounds. And then I write, I have to put Icelandic words in them. This time around, I wrote most of the sort of, writing lines. Some English came out, and something told me that it would be nice to have this song in English. It was just, I was, it's very fragile vocals. They're very much a little bit in your face. There's not much reverb on them. It's very sort of dry vocals, sincere expression, and then again, today is having a song in English for us. It's a little bit refreshing, different, new. Don't expect the next album to be in English. That's not gonna happen. Maybe we'll have one more. Maybe we'll have never more. I don't know. This was not planned. It just happened.
It came out natural.
Yeah, I mean, this is the magic of being in a band. You don't know shit what's gonna happen when you start writing. You have no idea. And that's what I love about being in a band and writing songs. I didn't know anything that would happen on this album. It could be completely different. So, it's like I said, it just happened. I'm not sure the next one is gonna have let's just say the next one is not gonna be a black metal album in English. Let's just get So.
Okay, I see. Well, considering that we already talked about which was our next question, I will skip to.
No, please tell me the question.
Well, okay. As you know, it's like my personal favorite, and I would like to know, how was the creative process while you were writing it? How did you come up with that transition from that languid, blissy sound to a full anxious guitar assault, as you told us?
It's a good question. Well, we have the song is a mixture of two songs we were working on. First half is that demo is really cool. I can't remember if it's me doing drums or if it's computer drums. But there's a demo that I have on my computer somewhere. It's I think it has a synth bass, me drumming or with programmed drums. Gringo is playing guitar because he wrote the guitar part. And Hallgrímur, our drummer, he is doing the vocals.
Oh.
So, and Hallgrímur didn't like it because he has this syndrome. He hates hearing himself sing, even though he's a brilliant singer.
Okay.
So he didn't want to use this. He's like, oh, I don't like this, my vocal stuff. And Sæþór, he wrote the beginning part, and he was not really keen of it. So I sort of had to fight for this song. I didn't even write it, but this first part. But I really wanted to try it, and so in the studio we gave it another go. Said, let's try this part and let's see what we can mix with it. So we re-recorded this, and for the first time in the studio, I sang it because Hallgrímur sang it on the demo.
Okay.
And then the second part of the ending part is different song that we were working on. First part of that song we didn't work out, so we had to remove the first part. So you have two songs mixed together.
Okay.
I loved the first part on the demo, and the guys loved the second part on that demo. So, we split up two songs, and we adjusted the tempo, and I did the vocals, and it worked out really fast, and everything we did just ended up being so fucking cool, and we were like, how the fuck did this happen? How did this cool song all of a sudden happen?
Yeah.
I mean, I almost didn't make it to the album, and now everybody's saying, oh, I like it most. I'm like, really? It's kind of weird. I mean, it's weird shit.
But it's a good thing because two different parts could make a whole of a new song, and it was amazing,
Yeah, I mean, this was just, let's try stuff. We don't think it's gonna work out, but it fucking worked out. So
very good.
You saw the potential in it.
I loved, and this is the demo that Hallgrímur is singing. That has to come out one day or later because it's really good. It's that just English bullshit lyrics. But that's just like jamming stuff. It's just we made that from jamming it.
Maybe as a bonus track someday.
You have to wait 10 years for the anniversary edition.
Yeah.
We will wait.
Okay, cool, great.
Crabs and bones, horses and elves and stones. Walk through fields of snow, hill after hill to home.
And well, now talking about the production, is there any particular reason why you keep choosing to work with wilkinson, if I am pronouncing it right?
He's just so handsome.
I can't even imagine it.
He's he used to be the he stopped with doing it now. He used to be for 15 years sort of he was running the studio. He was the local studio guy. In the studio, Sundlaugin, the swimming pool. He's just a very nice guy, and it's very easy to work with. he's not really in our way, you know, saying, no, don't do that, don't do that. He lets us be very free, but he's very good with, you know, sort of vocal lines, and he helps us a lot when we were doing all the strings for example, on Esta. He's, you know, he's recorded Damien Rice, he's recorded Björk, he's recorded Sigur Rós. You know, he's a friend of ours. It's very easy to work with, and sort of, and it's just so nice being there because it takes us 15 minutes to drive there, and it's just there's a forest there, there's a little lake, and it's very hippie, cool stuff.
It's kind of relaxing, I guess.
It's very relaxing. If you come to Iceland, I'll personally drive you guys there.
It's done.
Okay.
I would love that, but the economic situation here is not helping.
Okay.
I actually want to visit Iceland the most. It's one of my favorite countries in the whole world.
I'm sure you will one day, man.
Of course.
Let's do the savings. Well, so coming back to Birger, so he's maybe the perfect producer for your sound.
Yeah, I mean, you know, it's but you know, then again, we've done. He was a little bit sort of engineering when we didn't produce Svartasandar. He sort of engineered Svartasandar with us. He produced Esta on his own. He co-produced Bedremin and produced this one alone. Well, with me. So, but I think it's healthy for any band to change. So, I don't know. Maybe we'll use another guy next time. You know, it's healthy for a band to change.
Yeah.
But that's not a single bad blood. He's a really good friend of ours, and I'm actually gonna meet him tomorrow.
Okay.
So we can say that you're very comfortable with him.
Yeah, it's extremely comfortable with him.
Okay.
Well, moving on and talking about maybe the current situation, what do you think about online concerts? Are you comfortable with this format, or would you rather wait for live shows to come back?
It's just a matter of money. I mean, I'm not gonna take. I can't take time off work and the guys to hire stuff, to rent, have people to help us, to plug all the stuff, rehearse, and it costs money and time. And you know, we have kids and wives and families and jobs, and so there's no money on it. You know, obviously, I have to state that I'm not only in this game for money, but I love touring and I love playing festivals. I love playing shows. But if I keep losing money on it, I can't do it. The band can't do it.
Yeah.
The guys wouldn't do it. We will probably do a live streaming, sure. It's but we've had 2 kids the last few months. We've recorded an album, mixed an album, doing interviews, and we haven't rehearsed together since February. I haven't sang since February or April, whatever. So we couldn't do a show tomorrow. We have to rehearse, and right now we don't have time. We have, like I said, jobs, wives, little kids, COVID. So I think it's cool if you can. Don't get me wrong. I mean, I was watching Metallica playing the Howard Stern show the other day, and I fucking love seeing my favorite bands come together and play songs. I love it. I'm sure that, you know, someone would like to watch us doing a live stream, and I'm sure we will. But, you know, to do it properly, I would want to do a proper show. I don't want to play an empty concert hall. It feels weird. I would rather just do it in the rehearsal space or out in the nature, but it's just a matter of time and money, sadly.
Yeah. I see. So, JP,
Uh,
better to you.
well, do you have
Continue.
any plans to tour again?
No, there's no plans really. I mean, everything is closed. No one's booking shows. No, there's nothing is booked. No
Okay.
tours are booked. Some festivals are booked.
Okay.
Mhm.
And about Latin America, we saw your comments on the show in Bogota, and we are glad to hear that you guys had a great time there. Are there any other moments of that tour, the Latin American tour, that you remember fondly?
Sure. I mean, this was the first time in Latin America. Landing in Santiago after 12-hour flight or whatever was fucking freezing. I thought like South America was supposed to be warm. The first thing I did in Santiago was to go to a tourist shop and get a national traditional Chilean wool sweater, Apache wool.
Yeah.
I didn't leave it, for the last 4 days. I slept in it. We didn't get any days off, so we were sleeping 2 hours a night for like 10 days. We were always very tired. I was constantly traveling. We didn't see anything. It's a bit sad because you're in Latin America. You've been dreaming about going there, for years and years, and all of a sudden there's no time. It's very sad. Next time we learned. I mean, we have to have some days off the next time. So I remember we were landing in Mexico City, and there were fans at the airport, and I don't know how they knew what airplane we were in. I don't know, but no idea. But they were waiting for us, a dozen of kids at the airport for signing, photo session. It felt a little bit like Iron Maiden, but then of course we went to the hotel in Mexico City, and there were guys with guitars to sign outside the hotel. It was really weird because I don't know how they knew what hotel we were staying at. Then of course we flew to Guadalajara the next day.
Okay.
And when we flew from Mexico City to Guadalajara, sort of 5 minutes after takeoff, the earthquake arrived.
Oh,
So
I see.
we were never there when the earthquake hit the city. We were flying. So we land in Guadalajara, and it's just, a war on television. All the TVs and just like fires and explosive, and I thought like World War III had started.
Yeah.
Then we found out that of course this Mexico City is in fucking ruins and total devastation. But we do the gig with Creator in Guadalajara. That was great. I mean, playing with Creator in Guadalajara was amazing. Meeting Mille Pedrosa in a backstage room in Mexico was just unreal stuff.
Yeah, I can imagine.
Then we come back to the city, and of course Mexico City, and of course everything was cancelled and was just like a war zone. Of course we went to Buenos Aires. Was very much in and out. I mean, I saw nothing. It's just darkness.
Oh, that's a shame.
Yeah, it's a shame. I mean, you land, no sleep. You sleep for 4 hours, wake up, sound check, eat, play, piss off, hotel, sleep, nothing. Then we went to Sao Paulo, and we played with our friends in Enslaved. And so it was so funny being in Sao Paulo in Brazil, hanging with Enslaved, because we always meet them in Europe. So there we are, just, hey, everybody's in Brazil, it's kind of funny. But then again, just coming to the streets, I have these photos. We were taking photos in the streets. You see nothing. You go to Brazil and you see nothing. So people ask, hey man, how was Brazil? It's like, show was fine. Show was fine. Well, but show actually was amazing. The fans were amazing. The women were amazing. And, not even time to meet girls. So it's not fair. Very unfair. Very beautiful girls all over.
I can imagine.
Yeah. So, it's no time. But this all means that we have to do another Latin American tour.
Of
Play
course.
every second day.
Wait.
Well,
would you like to visit?
I will sure be
sorry.
waiting for that one.
Yes, I'm waiting for it too.
It's good to hear that. We're waiting for you.
Cool.
So, when this tour can happen, are you looking forward to play any of the new songs live? I mean, what song would you like to play the most?
I think Acry will be a live song.
Mm.
I think her Fall from Grace will be a live song. I think Dionysus will be a live song.
Okay.
But it's, I would love to play her live. We'll see. I mean, it's sometimes just songs they don't cut it live. They just, you try and try and try, you give them chance. It just don't work out. And right now, we don't know. Maybe Acry is going to suck live. I don't know.
Okay, I see. But if you can make work out, I would love to hear that in live.
Yeah, we'll try. I'll promise. We will try it, of course.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, most of your repertoire is in Icelandic, as we all know. So, what do you think is the main reason your music transcends the language barrier?
That's a good question. I think it's more for you to tell me, because I don't hear it as someone that doesn't understand it. I only hear it as someone that understands it. So maybe it's difficult for me to answer that. I'm just, trying to deliver the lyrics from my own heart. So I can't really answer more than that. Maybe it's because I'm not singing about flying dragons or monsters. I'm singing about stuff that I can relate to. I guess so. I guess that's my answer.
We all can feel the emotion through the music. I guess that's the thing.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah.
And of course, there are some people that even translate the lyrics and try to learn them in English or even in Spanish or the language they speak.
I always wanted to do one or two, and I think this is going to happen. I always wanted to do one or two Sólstafir songs, not new songs, but older songs, and do like Spanish versions.
Oh.
That's something, I have a few favorite languages. Spanish is one of my favorite languages. I always wanted to try if I could sing. Can you imagine if if I would go to the studio and I would sing Fiara in Spanish? I think I want to try that. So if it comes out shit, we won't use it. If it comes out fine, I would love it.
That's good.
Do you think you should try it?
I look forward to it.
Give it a shot.
I'll give it a shot.
Okay.
Well, as I was listening to the album, I kept getting the feeling that you are in an ongoing evolution, as we previously said, exploring different sounds, but at the same time, you somewhat managed to maintain a kind of trademark sound, a very Sólstafir sound, if I may say. So, what do you think is the key to keep the essence of a band intact, even though you're constantly experimenting and evolving as a band?
I don't know. I mean, it's just this. I mean, I don't know. I mean, this is just a very big part of our lives. Obviously, we are not going to sound like Pantera or Dimmu Borgir because we are not those bands. We sound like Sólstafir. We've been in Sólstafir, most of us for 20 years plus. So this is just some elements, some chemistry that makes us sound like this. And this is funny because a friend of mine, which is a close friend of mine, and he was telling me the other day that he likes how I've sort of managed to find the Sólstafir sound. And he keeps hearing the Sólstafir sound on all the albums. And I thought that's weird because I'm always changing pedals and amplifiers and guitars. And he says it's always the same sound. So it's maybe it's not the guitar or the amplifier. Maybe it's maybe it's our ears and our heads. Because if you take let's just say Ótta, Svartir Sandar, different drums, different drummer, different bass amplifier, different bass, different guitars, different guitar amplifiers. It still sounds very Sólstafir. I don't know. Last album is same band, same guitars, same amplifiers. It still sounds different.
Okay.
So I don't know. I can't explain. I'm sorry. I wish I would have an answer for you.
That's okay.
Okay. Now talking about of your experience as a band, I could guess that you have learned important lessons, like mistakes you have made before or things that you wouldn't have done. How do you approach to the creative process of an album to avoid these kind of things?
Oh, this is a difficult question. I have such a short attention span. I have this, totally ADD. So I can be working on one thing and I'm working on something totally different the next minute. So
Okay.
Maybe I'm working on 5 things at the same place at the same time when I should be concentrating on one thing. So that's one of my big faults that I've never seemed to learn. That's good to have the guys because they are more sort of planned with let's stick on working on this. Let's not work on all the songs at the same time.
Okay, I see.
Yeah. So I guess that's it's good. I guess we balance each other out. Yeah, another good rule is try to have some lyrics ready before you enter the studio. Otherwise, you have 8, 9, or 10 lyrics to write in 2 days. That sucks.
Okay. I see about it. And well, moving forward, we would like to know what are your thoughts on the Icelandic metal scene and the recent recognition that it gathered in the recent years.
It's I'm pretty proud of it. It's I was waiting for this to happen for many years. We were when we were starting. There was only the spotlight was only on the Norwegian bands, and we sort of felt like very alone in the universe. But now there's just so many bands with Mr. Mink or Öðun or Svartidauði. Bands are doing killer albums and on labels. They're touring, and we keep meeting other bands from Iceland on festivals. That's very nice and very much makes everything more fun. I'm just, I'm very proud of these guys.
Okay, and talking about them, what are some of your favorite local bands that you can recommend us, maybe?
Pretty sure you know these guys. I mean, Mr. Mink. I think Mr. Mink are sort of the best black metal band that has been in Iceland.
Mm.
Svartidauði, great band. Urn, great band.
Okay.
Skálmöld, good friends of mine. I mean, they play folk metal, Viking metal. I can't stand folk Viking metal, but they are a great band, good friends of ours, and we meet them a lot on tours and festivals. So they're a great band.
Okay, we will listen to them just to expand this metal scene, Icelandic metal scene.
We'll be sure to check them out. Well, and Addi, to finish things, there's somewhat of a trademark question for the blog that we usually ask, which is if you could relate your musical ideas and artistic expression to other works of art, such as a book, a film, a painting, or other bands and artists, which one would it be and why?
I have no idea. No idea. I have no idea.
Maybe something that inspires.
Maybe just a film.
Okay.
Spaghetti Western. Yeah, you know, I guess that, you know, a Viking spaghetti Western. I guess so.
Yeah. I think it might sum up your style as well.
Yeah, I guess so. It's a stupid answer, but it's the best answer I can give you.
No, that's okay. Well, Addi, again, thank you so much for taking this time. I had a great time.
It was a great pleasure.
I enjoyed the chat, and I enjoyed the album as well. I can't wait for everyone to listen to it.
Yeah. Well, it's a pleasure talking to you guys, and I hope we can return to Latin America next year or the year after, when having more time to see stuff.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
We'll be waiting.
That would be lovely.
Cool, guys.
And I will be waiting in life.
Yes, I promise.
Okay, well,
guys,
thank
see
you
you
so
later.
much, Addi. See you
Cheers.
later.
See you.
Bye.
Bye bye.
Have a nice day.